In an internet era of false glamour and success, entrepreneurship has been severely misconstrued. Here we are going to discuss the reality of being self-employed and what it takes to work for yourself. A conversation of building business, health, wealth, and relationships. Questionable thoughts for the modern-day entrepreneur. I'm your host, Tyler McCullough, and welcome to the Rawtreptreneur Podcast. Numero uno. Episode 1. Welcome. Glad you're here. Thank you for joining us today. Or me. I'm the only one here. Today we are going to talk about an introduction of myself. Okay. I'm gonna go over my life story. My entire life. We're going to discuss the entirety of my life and sum it up into one podcast episode. So make sure you stick around and grab some popcorn because we about to get crazy. As you can tell from the intro, this podcast is very serious. I didn't mean to make the intro as monotone and serious as it is. But just so you know, I'm not a very serious person. I don't like being serious, and I like to have a good old time. So that's just what we're going to do out here on the Rawtreptreneur Podcast. We're going to be doing all kinds of different stuff on here, not just entrepreneurship. I called it the Rawtrepreneur because it's coming from an entrepreneur perspective. And I'm being real and raw with ya. So that is the reason for the name. We're not only going to be talking about entrepreneurship stuff, but that is where everything is rooted from. So yeah, we're going to be doing different, what is the word for it? Segments. One segment. I've already come up with it. It's going to be a very good time. It's called the Growler Hour, which is where I'm going to go to my local tap room, fill up a growler with some bomb-ass beer, and drink it, and talk about all kinds of crazy things, current events, mind-boggling things, like what happens when you die. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. All kinds of different stuff. Questionable thoughts. Okay? That's the main thing. But coming from an entrepreneur. Okay? So yeah, there's your little introduction. The rest of the thing is going to be about me. So, sorry. Today I'm being a narcissist. Gonna be chilling and talking about myself all night long, baby. Speaking of night, I probably should have filmed this in the morning because my eyes are getting dry, as well as my mouth. Oh, I was in the shot. What the freaking heck? Oh, can you hear that ice chatter on my teeth? So, who am I? I'm Tyler McCullough. I was born. I came out of my mother on September 13th, 1996, on a Friday. Friday the 13th, baby. 4 hours after Tupac died. Little fun fact for you. So there you go. That's it. Thank you for tuning in. Just kidding. I'm 23. That's how old I am now because I was born in 1996. So I'm 23. I have parents, and they just turned 50 this year. How crazy is that? My mom and dad are 50 years old. Wow. I was raised in Washington State, the Seattle area. Not where I don't really like to say the Seattle area because I hate Seattle. I prefer to say Ravensdale because Ravensdale is the shit. It's where I grew up. It's on the sticks and the boonies where you can shoot guns and piss off your porch. So yeah, I grew up in, well, I mean, yeah, we moved to Ravensdale when I was 3. My parents own a septic service company and have owned it since they were 22, 23, I think 23. And they are complete badasses. I have to get them on here at some point. But yeah, I was raised by a couple of business owners, a couple of badass people, entrepreneurs, and I was raised by them. And they're the best parents of all time. They taught me so much, and it's invaluable. Can't put a price tag on that shit. And I want to do the same for my kids. So what does this have to do with me? Well, I was raised by entrepreneurs, and I'm an entrepreneur. So it gets passed on from generation to generation, I guess. I don't know. But grew up in Ravensdale, Washington. Went to Tahoma School District my whole life. Probably don't know what that is if you're not in the area. Doesn't really pertain to the story at all whatsoever. But I guess, yeah, it doesn't really matter. Where am I going with this? Well, I have a brother. He is 25. He is 2, sometimes 3 years older than me, depending on the time of year. Or actually, he's 26 this year. 26 now. Brother's 26. Have always had an older brother my whole life. It's crazy. I am the youngest. I only have one. So yeah, grew up. I was a little shit. I was the little shit kid that didn't listen to anybody. They didn't respect. My parents taught me respect. Okay, I respected my friends' parents. I respected adults. I respected anybody who respects me, shows me respect. Okay. However, I didn't respect teachers that didn't respect me because teachers are assholes and I hate them. I'm just kidding. Not all teachers. There's some cool teachers out there. But I'm going too fast. So what did I do as a kid? I liked to play football. I destroyed little kids in Raiders. It was the best time of my life. Probably. I was bigger than all the other kids when I was a little kid. Then everybody started catching up to me. But I would just obliterate little children on the football field. Broken bones. I was always that kid that was getting hurt, getting sick, had a horrible immune system as a kid. Now I got a strong one, but I was always getting hurt. My brother and my neighbors were always fucking me up, making me go down concrete hills on a skateboard on my stomach. Getting a baseball bat to the head. I was in the hospital every other day. Seemed like. I don't really remember it, but had a lot of hospital trips. I was always that kid that was getting hurt. Always that kid that would do the crazy shit to impress his older brother's friends. And that was me. I loved snowboarding, loved football. I played baseball for a long time. Baseball, football, played lacrosse. But I always, after all of it, snowboarding was my thing. Wasn't a team sport. I like to progress alone. Because then you don't have to rely on anybody. You just have to push yourself, which is why I like snowboarding. Went to snowboard camp in the summer. My mom and dad graciously paid for me to go to snowboard camp for 3 years straight in the summertime on Mount Hood, Oregon. The best time of my life. Fucking amazing. And yeah, so that was my big passion is snowboarding, and I like to do film. I was always big into making snowboard videos and making little skits with my friends and just doing stupid little videos and editing and doing all that shit. So yeah, always had a good time with things. Never took life too seriously. Um, and yeah, so we'll move on. But yeah, that's another reason why I want to start this podcast is I need to get better at storytelling. Okay, I need to get better at talking on camera and having enthusiasm while talking on camera and storytelling, because that's a huge thing nowadays is talking on camera. And the best way to sell anything like yourself, because everybody sells themselves every day, is by storytelling. So kind of build some rapport, relationship with your people, with your clients, with your customers, is by storytelling. Kind of giving your customer some inside scoops on yourself so they feel like you're a real person. Okay, so that's what this is kind of doing. I'm selling myself here to you and hoping that you will subscribe to my podcast. All right, so let's move on. School. Like I said earlier, I was horrible in school. I just didn't give a shit, dude. I just didn't care. And the reason I didn't care is because I knew that I was never going to use any of the shit that they were teaching me. I don't need to know what a parallelogram is. I just need to know how to, I never really thought about this back then, but I just need to know how to pay my goddamn taxes and make money. Make money and pay taxes. That's what we do on this earth. And then the rest comes with life experience, like having a kid and buying a house and all of that shit. You can't learn in school. It's called life. And I didn't really want to go to college because I wanted to get a job at life. Okay? And I didn't want to go into a shitload of debt to do so. So I didn't. And I didn't really give a shit about teachers' opinions or what they told me to do, because most of them were just a bunch of assholes and hated me because I talked in class. And so I hated them back and didn't do their shit. Therefore, I failed. Like a lot of classes. I failed a lot of classes. Not because I was stupid, but because I never did homework. I did good on tests, but that's like 20% of your grade, which is the 20% that I got. And then homework was like 40. And then, quizzes and class bullshit, whatever, was the other 40. So did horrible in school because it was a bad place to be for me. Wasn't good at it. Okay, I'm not good at taking orders from people. And being told that I suck. Not good at it. I'm a narcissist. Okay, I like to think that I'm a great person all the time. And if anybody says differently, then I hate you. Therefore I had a 1.7. Graduated with a 1.7, and I was never going to graduate. I was not supposed to graduate. I was told by my counselor, you should, at the beginning of my senior year, he said, you should probably just drop out of high school and go get your GED, because it'll be a lot faster for you to just go do that than to fail high school and then go do that. You'll get into the workforce faster if you do that, if you take that route. So just drop out of high school and go do that, because you've already failed. And he told me that I'm never going to graduate high school. I'm not going to get my high school diploma. There's no way I'm going to fucking college. Okay? And that I should probably just quit, because there's no way that I'm going to make it out alive. And I looked at that man and I said, you know what, bitch? I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do it good. And he said, okay, all right, dude. Go ahead here. I'll sign you up for a credit retrieval course. And you can just make up your 12 credits. And I said, 12 credits? Shit. No, actually, I think it was 9. No, it was 9. It was 9 credits. And I said, shit. 9 credits. Just so you know, 1 credit is half of a semester. Or 1 credit is 2 semesters. 1 credit is 2 semesters. So like when you do, what's a credit you need? When you do a credit, you need to take semester 1 and 2. Okay? Like home ec or some bullshit like that. It's like an elective, right? It's 0.5. So each semester is 0.5 of a credit. So I need to make up 18 semesters and do my other classes for my senior year. This is on top of my other classes. 18 credits. He's like, yeah, there's no fucking way, dude. And I'm like, okay, bet me. So I didn't bet him because he sucks and I don't want to talk to him anymore. So I left. And I used to smoke a lot of weed. Used to smoke quite a bit. And my senior year, I had to bring that to a halt real quick. Because there's no way that I'm going to be able to be high and do 18 semesters in, what is that, like 8 months? 9 months? So, I lost all of my friends because that's like the majority of what we did all the time is they would come over to my house and we'd go in the shop and we'd get real high. And since I have schoolwork to do, I can't have y'all come over to my house because I gotta do stuff. Okay? So I lost all my friends. And then I just busted my ass to graduate. And you know what? I did it. I graduated. Because I thought and believed that I could. And I put the fucking work in. It was hard. It was a lot of reading on my computer. I thought my retinas were going to go out. I thought I was going to go blind. But I didn't. And I graduated. And I got an award for it. I got an Academic Achievement Award. Voted by Mr. Rumford, my credit retrieval teacher. Good man. Guy's a badass. Got an Academic Achievement Award. And I accepted it in front of Mr. McGraw, or in front of my counselor. And I looked him dead in his face and went, thanks for this awesome award. I'm going to hang it in my room forever. And I don't know where it's at, but I think it's in my parents' house. But yeah, I got an award for that shit. Because it was badass, dude. Everybody doubted me saying, oh, you'll never do it, son. You ain't gonna do that shit. And I was like, oh, watch me, bitch. And I did it. And then I got an award. And I got the same diploma as everybody else in high school. Didn't go to college. Don't have a college degree. But neither do half the people that went to college because they probably dropped out before they graduated. Be right back. I gotta let my kitten in here. So, got the same degree, or not degree, diploma as every other person, and I graduated with a 1.7. Didn't go to college, went straight to work. Got my first job outside of high school as a retail guy selling outdoor apparel at the mall. And was that a shit show? Horrible. Boss was a dick. Surprisingly. That was my first dickhead boss. Yeah. Well, I had one before, but he wasn't my boss. He was like the manager. But it tends to be a theme with me, is dickhead bosses. For some reason. I've had a few, but that is what got me to where I'm at today. Is with the desire to tell them to fuck off. So that one, I quit that. I worked at, I'm just going to go fast. I worked at the mall from June to November. Or no, December. Then I quit after I won a backpack because I sold the most North Face backpacks in the whole store, even more than the managers. And I won a backpack, and I also got there's like this little average sale thingy or something. I forgot what the competition was, but I got it for the first 3 months that I was there, and you're supposed to get a 50-cent raise on your paycheck if you get it, and I got it 3 times in a row. And the 4th month, when I won my backpack, and I got it again, I'm like, hey, where's the bonus that you said that you give people who do this? He's like, oh yeah, we discontinued that in June, so you're not gonna get that. And then I quit because it's 50 cents an hour more. You stingy bastard. I put in work for that shit. And you said I was gonna get it. And then 3 months later, after I do it 3 times, expecting to get a bonus, you're gonna tell me that it's been discontinued and it got canceled the month that I got hired? Eat a dick. So I quit. Hello? So I quit. Quit that day. Well, actually, I quit once I got my backpack. Not the same day. I wanted to get my backpack because it is a great backpack. I can go get it if you want. I won't. But it is a sweet one. And I love it. It's expensive. It's like a $700 backpack. And I want it for free. Actually, I think it's like $270. Sorry, I'm over-exaggerating. So I went from there. I went to UPS. And oh man, that was a shit show. Oh, hell no. UPS. My friend Eric worked at UPS. Or works at UPS. But he works at the main facility. And I'm like, oh, Eric works at UPS. I'll get a job offer from UPS. Oh, I'll take it. Yeah. Good company. From my friend who recommends it. Perfect. I'm in freight. He's in Maine, whatever the hell, where they package the shit. I'm in the freight department. Totally separate. So what he recommended, I did not get. I got freight. Which meant that I am up from at least 12, so I can get to work at 1. And I worked from 1 to at least 11. And no, I'm not talking about 1 p.m. I'm talking about 1 a.m. Okay? I'm talking about I work from 1 a.m. to 11 a.m. and then go home and do it again the next day. And I would have multiple days. Hey, Stevie, I'd have multiple days where I work from 11 p.m. to 3 p.m. with one lunch break. I drove a forklift outside from December to April. The coldest months of the year. It was a great time. Liked it a lot. My favorite job ever. I even like it more than being self-employed. It's the best. Not. That was not true. Yeah, shithole. Shit job. And I quit one day because my boss said, "Hey, your coworkers are saying to me that you need forklift training again because you're an unsafe forklift driver. So you're going to be off the dock for the next 3 days, and you're going to go sit in the classroom, and you're going to watch a bunch of videos." So I said to him, "Well, boss, you can get on your knees right now and suck this dick because there's no way in hell that I'm going to go in that classroom and watch a bunch of videos on how to drive a forklift." Okay. The thing is for the past 3 weeks, I had the most bills per hour in the entire company, in the entire district, in the Kent district. With forklift driving and being a dock worker, you take freight off of trailers and put them in other trailers. Okay? So when a shipment of 18 pallets comes in, and you put all of those 18 pallets from trailer 42, they're actually like 8 number long trailer numbers, from 42 to 16, that's one bill. Okay, now some bills have 18 pallets, some bills have 4, some bills have 2, some bills have 10. Okay, you never know. But the average amount of bills per hour you get matters. Okay, and I, after working there for 2 months, had consecutively after 3 weeks the most bills per hour in the entire Kent district. Don't know why the recording stopped, but it did. So I had the most bills per hour on average out of the entire Kent district. And my coworkers were all a bunch of jealous pussies. And they told my boss for several weeks that I need forklift training because I'm a dangerous driver. So I'm out. I quit on a Thursday. Was out of work on Friday. I'm like, oh shit, I need money. So I figured out, Costco is a good place to work. Costco, you can do good with Costco. So I hit up Costco. I had an interview the next day because they just happened to be hiring. And on that Monday, I got the job. And I was working. I think I worked on Wednesday. And that's how we do it out here. Costco was not bad. Okay? No shitty boss at Costco. I was just hanging out, stocking shelves, stocking freezers. I was the freezer guy, throwing chicken and other heavy ass boxes in the negative 10 degree freezer all morning long until stocking was done, and then I'd go help ring people up, load up boxes, go grab all the carts from the parking lot. And yeah, I was just that guy. Until I then got offered a job working security. And I was getting paid $13 at Costco, which ain't bad for me at the time. I was like, oh, this is good. I can do this. $13 an hour, doable. And then I got offered a security job for 17. And I'm like, oh my God, that's more money. That's $4 more, dude. And every hour. That's $4 more every hour. And I'll probably get more hours too. I'm going to take it. And so on my 90th working day of Costco, which is your probation period, you are on probation at Costco until your 90th day working. And then you get to pretty much never be fired unless you like do some crazy shit. So on my 90th day where they gave me my benefits and I was never going to get fired again, they said, hey, here you go, Tyler. But bye. I had put my 2 weeks in and my last day was on that 90th day probation. So I could have had a job at Costco for a career and I could have went all the way and worked there till I was old and wrinkly. But I took the money. Because I don't give a shit about a career. I just want money. Because I don't need a career. I want to be a business owner. Okay? I don't want to work at the same place my whole entire life for someone else. No, that does not sound appealing in any way, shape, or form. Okay? I want to work for myself. Because if I'm going to bust my ass for anybody, it's going to be me. Okay? And throughout this whole thing, I'm starting businesses. I'm listening to freaking thingies to freaking Tony Robbins DVDs and going to business courses online and freaking... Where's my fidget spinner? I sold fidget spinners. I bought 300 fidget spinners and sold all of them. I bought a shitload of sunglasses, which I still have because I never sold them. I was doing affiliate marketing. I was doing drop shipping, multiple drop shipping websites. I have like 5 failed websites. Just all kinds of different entrepreneurial adventures that never really worked out. I mean, the Amazon fidget spinners one, that did because I did it in March, which is way before it was a trend, and then I beat the trend, and so I sold out fast. But that was just so boring. I was like, dude, I'm not even involved. Like, it's literally just taking someone else's product and then sending it to someone else's facility, and then it's just no fun. I'm like, I want something that I can see. I want to see money. This is stupid. So, anyway, I got a job at security because I wanted to get more money to invest with. Because I knew there was going to be something that came around that was just going to catch my attention and I could have money set aside to throw at this idea. And that is what I thought was the sunglasses. So I blew like, it was like $2,500. No, I think it was $1,600 at the sunglasses total. No, that was for just sunglasses. I bought cases and it was about like $2,200, something like that. At the sunglasses, bombed, lost all that money. I still have the sunglasses and the cases and the little cleaning cloths. So I was just saving money because I don't give a shit about no status. I don't care about buying anything flashy to flex on people that have money. I don't give a shit. So I was just saving money so I can invest it into a business that I want to get into. And the good thing about security is on certain jobs, I had the freedom to just research. You know, because I'm just sitting in a vehicle for 24 hours and I'm just kicking it. Just watching, making sure nobody's on the property, which nobody ever is. Because who wants to just go and hang out at an abandoned, burnt down building? No one. So my job was easy as hell. I just had to stay awake for like 24 hours at a time. Most of the time it's 12, and then I worked at a bar and did all kinds of different stuff, which I can go into in the future. But it gave me the freedom to research, and because I have to stay awake, you don't fall asleep unless you suck. And so I had all the freedom to like pretty much create a business while I'm working security. I can build a business while I'm working. So I've just researched for like months for new businesses to get into and on all kinds of stuff, and I'm watching Netflix and just doing bullshit. And I'm making money. Okay, because I'm getting paid $17 an hour. And I'm working 24-hour shifts, which I get paid more for. I was working like 60 hours a week, so I'm getting overtime. I was making good money, and I had a lot to save. And so I stumbled across, one day I was working at the Dollar Tree, and I stumbled across this man named Ben Wilson. And Ben Wilson is the hot dog cart king. He is the pioneer of hot dog cart knowledge online. This man is literally like, and he's just the sweetest guy. Ben is the man, dude. If you ever want to start a hot dog cart or anything, talk to Ben. Because Ben is the man, dude. Ben is hot dog cart king. Ben Wilson. So I stumbled across Ben Wilson and all of his videos on YouTube, and I got into Vendors United, which is his Facebook group, which connects all kinds of vendors through all over the world, or the country. And I was able to ask questions and do all this stuff about the vending industry, because I was like, it's a seriously big industry, and it's such low startup cost. And such low startup cost, I can get into it. I don't have to put $100,000 down for a building and supplies and all of these things. I can put down, I have credit cards too, so I can put down $2,500 for a down payment. I can put down $2,000 on a cart, so I can get a loan for it, and then pay $500 for permits, and then put everything else on credit cards. Like it's low enough startup cost to do all that. So that's exactly what I did. I watched Ben for about 2 months, and then I said, well, what the fuck am I doing, dude? Why am I still working here when I know what I need to do? I need to do this. I need to just fucking jump. I don't know why I'm still here. I'm talking about it. I'm researching it, but I'm not doing shit. And so you know what I did? I did it. I put down $2,000 and I got a loan for a hot dog cart. And it was at that moment where life really slapped me across the face and said, hey, do you know what you just did, you stupid ass? You just started your first business. Your first physical business where you just have a fat investment. And I was like, oh shit. You're right. I did just do that. And now I have to figure out the rest of it. Because now I have the cooking utensils, or the cooking kitchen part thing. Now I have to get everything else, which is a lot. It's a lot. So I did it. I got logos, branding, permits, business license, all tent, tables, utensils, food, coolers, all kinds of stuff. I did it all before my card even got to me. I think I ordered it in April, got to me in June. I ordered it at the end of April, got to me in May. Got to me in May. I've created an entire mobile food vending business in a month and was running Squatch Dogs by June 6th was our first day. And I had everything. I had the decals on the cart too. I actually got the decals. The decals were finished being put on the cart on June 6th. I picked the cart up from the decal shop and took it directly to Imbibe, which is where our first gig was, and served over 100 hot dogs that first day. Because of the marketing, because of all these different things that I was implementing and doing. But within 1 month of pulling the trigger on this hot dog cart, I had started an entire mobile food business. And I quit my job before. Because if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it to the best of my ability no matter what. Okay? And if I have a plan B, I'm going to lack. I'm going to slack. If I can say, oh, well, I'm still making money at the thing. I don't have to go out and try to get gigs because I can afford to not. I can pay my credit card bills, But I quit. And I said, okay, I'm going to do this full time. I don't want to work for someone else anymore. And that's what I did. I just said, fuck it. And got a cart. And at that point, it's not about, well, we'll see if it works, That's 7, 8, 9,000. Well, I guess with everything, that's over $10,000 you just spent. There's no, oh, well, I hope it works out. No. That's, you figure it out no matter what. Okay, so I quit my job and I went full force and I made it work. And I made it work good. Okay, because if I didn't, then I don't have any money coming in. I quit my job, I can't get it back. So there's no failing anymore. It's learning how not to do it. Okay, so when you fail, that doesn't mean, oh, I guess it didn't work. That means, okay, how do I do it then? If that wasn't it. Oh, and then you ask yourself questions and questions and questions until you get the answer. And then you do that and see how that works. But as an entrepreneur, you don't quit ever. You don't. It's not how we do things. Okay? You figure it the fuck out no matter what. No matter what circumstances, no matter who's your competition, no matter if it's Starbucks coming in and wanting and putting up 2 drive-thrus a quarter mile away from both of your coffee stands. There's a business owner in my area. He has 2 coffee stands. That's his entire living. Okay? Doesn't do any branding, doesn't do any marketing at all whatsoever. Okay? Starbucks is coming in and they're putting a drive-through, which is what he has, right a quarter mile away from this one. And then he has another one in a different town, and they're putting one less than a quarter mile away from that one. And Starbucks drive-thrus take business from people 2 miles down the road. Imagine him and his business less than a quarter mile. What are you going to do? I don't know, but you don't just fucking quit. Okay? We're going to talk about that scenario in the next episode. Or I think maybe in the next episode, because the next episode is going to be about Squatch Dogs from start to where we're at now. Okay? This one is about my backstory. Next episode, we're going to go over Squatch Dogs and how I started and where I'm at today. And then the next episode, we're going to talk about branding. Okay, so look forward to that. My camera's about to die, and I'm really glad that you joined us here today. I had a great time talking on the microphone and looking at the camera and all that stuff. I hope that this knowledge had an impact on you maybe. I'm glad that I got to share some of my story with you. Maybe you get to know me a little bit better, so that you kind of see where I'm coming from when I talk about things in the future. Okay, now this is not my whole entire story. There's a lot that I didn't cover, and you will learn about me more. But this is the base of how I grew up and my experience of life thus far. So thank you for sticking around. And like I said, the next one was going to be about Squatch Dogs, my business, and how we've taken it from losing money to a massive success with now 2 setups and going strong and about to double our income this summer. So thank you for hanging out, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you. Thank you for listening. If you liked what you heard or saw, how about you go ahead and subscribe? We're always here looking for new people to hang out with, and I really like ya. So how about you click that button, do what you gotta do, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.